Hello and welcome to Matrix IT's Cybersecurity Fundamentals course. This module is on Google Image Lookup. My name is Frank Fazio and I will be your instructor. All right, Google Image Lookup, Google Image Search, Search by Google Image. You can move the words around, but it all means the same thing. You're going to take an image, you're going to give it to Google, and you're going to say, Google, go off and see if you can find this anywhere else on the internet. And Google's going to come back and say either I couldn't find it anywhere else, or oh, look at all these websites where it looks like it's on. It's powerful. Google is a powerful tool. We all know that. We all use it. But we use it. We give it one word searches. We give it maybe a sentence. But it can do a lot more. And so I decided to do this module just to show you a couple of those things. One of them is the image lookup, and I'll get into some searching techniques near the end of the module. So we can't go any further without having our definition. Google Reverse Image Search, officially called Google Search by Image, is a service provided by Google that allows a user to search for images using an image as a starting point rather than a written or spoken search query. There's a lot of Googles in there, a lot of searches in there too, but that's the definition. Here's a picture, Google, go find it. And that's what that means. All right. So to show you how it works, we're going to use this Twitter account. This is Cecile. This is a well-documented fake account. I do a module on how to spot a fake account. There's some steps you can use to help you figure out if it's a fake account. But what I'm going to do is we know this is a fake account already, so I'm going to show you how to play with the picture on this. As of right now, as I'm doing this module, it's still active, this account. I don't know how much interaction it has with anybody or if it's just sitting there doing nothing, but it is there. Been around since 2012 and has 1,600 followers. But okay, so to get a picture off of a website, I don't know how many of you know, but if you're on a website and you like a picture or you see a picture, you can actually right click on it and a little menu will show up, and on there it'll say save image as. And if you click that, you can actually save a copy of the image. And that's what we're going to use. We're going to use that technique here. Not every website allows you to do that, but in this case, Twitter does. So by right-clicking, I was able to pull her picture in a JPEG. So now I have this picture on my laptop. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to give it to Google, and I'm going to show you the results. All right, because we know it's already a fake account. So what we do, everybody's seen this page. There's our Google, and usually we're typing things in here. Then we hit search. If you're curious, you can hit this button here. I'm feeling lucky, but we're not going to talk about that right now. Over here, images. Okay, see this? It's a link right here. You can click on images, and if you click on images, what it's going to do is it's going to take you to the Google Images. Now, if you wanted a picture of an apple, you can type in apple, and it will give you images of apples. You can also click this button here and supply it a picture of an apple, and it will search for apples. Okay, this is what we're going to use. All right. So once you're on this images page from Google, you click on the camera. And when you click on the camera, what it does is says, okay, you obviously wanted to be some searches by picture. So you have two different tabs here. Okay, paste image URL. So if you're on a website and it's that www at the top of your screen there that you can take, and you can put it in here, and it searches your pictures for you. It searches for the pictures. Or you can do upload one image, and that's what we're going to do. So I click this tab here. Now, what it's going to do is it's going to say, okay, where's the picture? So you hit browse, and everybody's hit browse before. You get a picture of your computer, and you do some searching, and you find the picture, and you send it. So I did that, okay? And these are the results. I scraped the results. Here's the results. All right, so our picture up here. This little picture here is ours. That's what I supplied it. Here is the Twitter, fake Twitter here, okay? And then there's Cecile. And then we go to Yulia. She's got the same picture from St. Petersburg. And then we've got Just Pics Please. And that is, okay, Amanda now. Amanda Tasha Nude Pics, Images and Galleries. There's her picture. Showing medium post for Art Amanda again. There's her picture again. And Hector. I don't even know what that is, but I'm not about to ask. I'm not about to click on it either. So what Google has done is Google has found a number, and there's more. I just didn't post them. Um, it's found a number of pictures that look exactly like it because they're exactly like it. This picture is being used on a number of porn sites, and it's also being used for this Twitter. Okay, so by doing this, you can actually find some very interesting things. I took my picture that I have on my LinkedIn, and I did a search on it, and it pulled up all the places that I have previously used that picture. I even went as far as I took the mayor of our municipality here. I took a picture of the mayor that was on the website, and I did a reverse search on him. Actually, it was another demonstration I did, and it came up with a bunch of websites that his picture was on. They were all legit. So whenever he traveled to other cities, they would use that stock photo of him. And it was interesting because then you can see other places on the internet that were hosting, that was hosting the mayor here in our town. So it is, you can find some really interesting situations. Take some pictures off of your company website, right, and see where they go. If you have a picture of yourself on the company website, is it being used anywhere else, right? So you can do that kind of stuff. It's just another tool you can use. Now, Google isn't the only search engine that's got image searches. You've got TinEye. TinEye is a good one. PyMice. PyMice is more for facial recognition. Yandex. Uh, Yandex, I mean, I put it on here because it's a massive database. Um, but Yandex, the major it searches a lot of Russian stuff. Okay. There when you do type in this, it does give you yandex.com, but there's also a yandex.ru, and anything .ru is from Russia. Okay. So I put this on here because it's a massive database. Um, but if you're worried about it pulling Russian data, then or housing, it's pulling data that's being housed in Russia. Don't be using this one. And of course, Bing. Bing and Yahoo have one. This is the Bing one here. Um, we use these in hacker competitions because we are given pictures sometimes, and we're asked, what does this have to do with anything? And we use these searches to try to work backwards to see if it appears anywhere else, and we can get clues and stuff like that. So they are powerful tools. So if you ever want to take a picture and see if it's out there on the internet, you can use um, all these different websites. Like I said, Yahoo has one too. Okay. Not specifically Google, but I wanted to show you, since we're talking about images, I wanted to show you the ability to pull a GPS coordinate out of a picture. Okay, so when you take a picture, you see the picture, but embedded in the picture, in the data, you have information, and it's called EXIF data. Okay, um, so knowing it's got EXIF data in there is the ability to pull that data out and take a look at it. All right. So here's an example. So I've taken this picture off of the internet, and I'm going to see if I can tell where this image is from. And again, we do this in hacker competitions all the time because we're given certain places Okay, where's this place? What does it have to do with this place? And you can kind of gather where it is on the planet, okay, by using this data. So I wanted to show you this. Um, Not that you're gonna use it for your everyday job, but I thought it was something that was interesting to show you. So this here's a picture. It's Italian flag, so it's in Italy. If you've been to Italy, maybe you recognize it. I don't know. I don't recognize it. It seems pretty fancy to me. But anyways, you got a picture like this, right? So you can go to a place called pick2map.com, all right? And if you go there, this is the main screen. You can actually give it a picture and see what's in it, okay, what data's in it. And one of those pieces of data is the location. So you select photo files and again, you're given your directory of your laptop or computer and you just choose the pictures you want. So I'm going to choose the one that I just showed you. There it is. Okay. When I submit this to Pick2Map, it shows me Italy, Rome, right there. Boom. So this picture was taken in Rome. Now, how does it know that? Again, the data inside, and it shows you some of the data here. What camera, the date, the address, Rome, and here's the GPS settings. So what it'll do is it'll pull the GPS settings and then it'll work backwards and then it'll find a place. This monument, the Vittorio is not going to be in your picture. The GPS it'll go to here and then it knows, okay, well, this is obviously that. Okay. It's pretty interesting what you can come up with. Now, view more info here. If you click on view more info, we get more information on that. So what kind of camera it was, the lens, the shutter speed, the ISO speed, file name, the image size, resolution, dots per inch, date and time, and here's the GPS information. Okay, and it breaks it down to Rome, Italy. Right, so all of this stuff is embedded in that picture. So when you use your phone and you take a picture, if your location services is turned on, it's embedding that GPS coordinate in the picture where you take the picture. And if you send it to someone in an email or something along those lines, that information goes with the picture. Now, if you took a picture and post it on Instagram or Facebook and something like that, they actually scrape this data out. So if I was to pull a picture off Instagram and try this, chances are this is all going to be blank. All right, maybe you'll get the file name and you'll get the resolution, but you won't get much else. Okay, they do that for security reasons because a lot of kids post online and a lot of vulnerable people post online. If you're taking pictures and uploading them, and somebody comes by and pulls them, now you know where this person's taking the pictures, right? Like the people that are posting are basically giving away their locations. And for young kids taking pictures in their house, whatever, you want that data scraped out. All right. So anything you pull off the major social media platforms, this is all going to be scraped out. But I thought it was kind of cool to show you. So when I said that Google is a powerful search tool, I'm just going to show you something else beyond the pictures, searching for pictures. So if we were to do a search on bananas, okay, you're going to get 1.8 billion results. I think that's a billion. That's a lot of results. Okay, it's going to give you the most relevant at the top, but that's a lot. All right. Let's say you wanted to narrow it down a bit. So the biggest thing with me when I do searches, right, and if I'm looking for information on something, and I get a ton of results, and you're looking like, oh, well, that was 2 years ago. Oh, this was posted 4 years ago. How do I know it's still relevant and this, that, and the other thing, right? So what you can do, I'm going to show you this little trick, and you might know this, but a lot of people, I'm surprised, don't know this. Okay, you can actually pick the search time, okay, for your search. So what you're going to do is, if you see over here, there's a tools button. All right. If you click on that tools button over here, you're going to see it give you two little things here, all results and any time. That's default. So when you do a search on bananas, it's going to do any time. It's going to take everything it's got. That's why you get such a big number. But what you can do is you can actually pick from here. So past hour, I want bananas for the from the past hour, banana from the past 24 hours. It allows you to make a more strict search. So if you're looking for something and you want to get the latest and greatest information, you just pick. Now I usually pick the past month or past year because that gives me a good last year. But let's say we pick the past hour. Okay, we're going to pick the past hour. So we pick the past hour on bananas, and we get results from like 14 minutes ago. Okay, relevant because look at here, right? Metro. So now cocaine worth. Yeah, found the hidden in boxes of bananas. Okay, but see 34 minutes ago. So what you're going to do is by using the past hour, you're going to get the last hour of results for bananas. Okay, it's pretty slick. All right, and it stops you from getting, a document on bananas that's 3 years old, right? Not that the information is going to change, but you want the most relevant. So hit the tools, go over, and then select the time frame you want the search for. Cocaine. Okay. Another thing that you can look for. Let's say you're doing some sort of report. You want something to print out as in a document. Okay. So if you do bananas and you put file type : PDF, what do you think it's going to do? It's going to look for bananas, but only in PDFs. So it's going to search all of the PDFs that Google knows about and see if bananas is listed in it, okay, or is in the title, right? That's pretty powerful if you just want PDFs. Now, this is called Google dorking, okay? The hackers use it quite a bit because you can start digging into files, all right? So PDF, I want only PDFs. Now, you're going to come up with, less results, but you see right here it says PDF. If you click on this, you're probably going to download it, okay, because PDFs they download usually, and you'll find it in your downloads folder. Okay, very, very powerful if you're using that. Now, you can use other things besides PDF, right? You can use file type, you can use doc if you want Word documents. You want to know on the internet, are there bananas listed in any Word documents? Spreadsheets, I don't know if you're going to find too much text files. You can do movie files, MOV, you can do MP4s, and you can put it in there and it will search the internet based on the file type. Okay, pretty powerful. All right, so you got that. What about if you want a specific website? Okay, and this is pretty cool because you can use this as for your business, right? Your organization you work for. You can now specify search terms, but only for a specific website. So if you want to look up something on a competitor's website, or you're like even your organization, you want to look up a word just on your website, your company website, you can do that. Okay, so this here, what you want to do is you want to say, yeah, bananas, but I want it just on www.food.com, okay? And it will just give you results from that website. Here it is, food.com, right? Banana kitchen dictionary. All right, powerful, okay? Because now you can specify that as your search area. So you've got search the file name if you want, you got search the website, and you can put them together. If you want to just see if there's bananas on food.com that are PDFs from, the last hour, you can do that. Okay, it's pretty slick. Okay, so use that to your advantage. Look yourself up and see if you're out there. So protect yourself, right? It's a little bit difficult, but do some ego surfing. Okay, go out there and see what the internet knows about you. It's called ego surfing. Type your name in, put your picture in a search, right, and see if anything comes up, right? Put your name and then a specific website. or a PDF and see if you come up somewhere. All right. Um, if you're being impersonated, I'm not saying you're going to be impersonated, but you may find something in there. It's like, oh, well, that's kind of cool, or oh, uh-oh. Be careful what you post about you and your company. I've said this many, many, many times. Uh, People have lost their jobs because they've posted something. There was a lady on a Saturday on her own time was riding her bike, and it was when Trump was president, and his motorcade drove by as she's riding her bike, and she stuck up her middle finger as he drove by, because you've got all these black vehicles, and she's on a bike and she's giving the finger as he passes by. Well, one of the Secret Service in the caravan took a picture of her doing that, and it got posted, and she loved the picture, right? So she took the picture and she made it her Facebook profile, I think it was, and she got fired because the company she worked for did work with the government. Even though she was on her day off, like it was a Saturday, she was still fired. And she's suing to see if she can get her job back. And there's a ton of stories like that. Police officer that posted, hey, you know what? If you're in this neighborhood, you better be careful because there might be a ride program around the corner, and he got fired because he can't do that. You can't give away stuff like that. So be careful, because at that point, this searching thing, you can pick this kind of stuff up out of there, okay, by names, by pictures, stuff like that, and people can find you. Uh, when you get to search, try to stay within the first couple pages of Google. As you go deeper into Google, the pages are less relevant, and they can be a little bit nefarious. Actually, they can be more nefarious. Just stay within the first maybe 2 or 3 pages of Google. You're going to find what you're looking for. Google's designed the algorithm. It knows you pretty good. It's going to give you the front page, the first page of results is pretty much what you're going to be looking for. You're going to be pretty much satisfied with that. And I think the statistics were, depending on the time of year and depending on the search term, between 75 and 93% of people stay on the first page. Okay. If you're going in page 4 or 5, be careful what you're clicking on. Okay. If you're worried about, when you take a picture that GPS gets embedded, just turn off your location services. I don't know how worried you want to be about that, but showed you how to pull it out of there. And that's it. That is the end of the presentation, the module. So I'm going to say stay safe, stay frosty, and I'll see you in the next module.